What's good, everybody? I'm Danny D'Lo. This is Danny D'Lo Biker TV. Hit that like, subscribe, and hit that alert button. In today's episode, I want to talk about drug addicts in the MC world. What role do they play in the MC? What can they do to ruin an MC? And then we're going to get into my final thoughts of what I think when you have a drug addict in your chapter or your MC. And as always, we're going to get into all of that right after this. What's good, everybody? I'm Danny D'Lo. Once again, this is Danny D'Lo Biker TV. Hit me with that like, subscribe, and hit that alert button. So, how do you feel about having a drug addict in your chapter and your club? What can happen when you have a drug addict in your chapter or in your MC? Well, I'll tell you what can happen. That dude is your weakest link, literally. Let's say something goes down. You at a party, you at a bar. You at an event, whatever, you kicking it. And whether it's club related or not, man, some things happen, something goes down, you start throwing hands. Now you and your boys, you and your brothers are out here throwing hands, and you end up getting locked up for it. You catch a case, everybody get locked up. Now we all sitting in the cell, and the cops are gonna pull every one of us out one by one, ask us what happened, who started it, are you a member of this MC? Have you ever done anything illegal for the club? Blah, 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 blah. The usual BS, right? And everybody in your chapter gonna be like, I ain't got nothing to say till my lawyer get here. I ain't got nothing to say till my lawyer get here. I ain't got nothing to say till my lawyer get here. Some of us might be like, F you, bruh. Then we get to the drug addict. The weakest link. Now, they already been watching him for 48 hours. They've been watching him. He's got the shakes. He's itching a lot. He's starting to get real weak, starting to double over. He ain't walking with his chest up high like he used to. Now he's starting to feel some type of way. About the time that they see him getting sick, that's when they grab his ass. They pull him in that room and say, look, man, this is what we want. You give us your leader, you give us this, you give us that, and we'll let you go home so you can get high, bro. If you in a dirty PD, they might even be like, hey, check it, homie. We see you having a rough time, you kind of sick. Here, man, I'll give you this bump real quick. But first, hold up, let me get that back. Tell us what happened. Tell us who's who. Tell us what y'all been up to. Give us some intel. Don't worry about it, man. We ain't gonna tell nobody nothing. You good. You one of us now. And guess what happens? Now you got a rat in your chapter. Why? Because he couldn't handle the world. So now you're all going to jail. Y'all getting locked up. Y'all gonna catch a case. Because this weak dude is addicted to drugs. I got another point of it. The other flip side to it, I guess you could call it. This dude's addicted to drugs, and he's such a dope-ass drug addict. He gets out of his head, starts acting stupid, starts doing dumb things. So he turns around, robs somebody, ends up killing him. Because he was just trying to get his fix. He's trying to get high. What happens when he's wearing your colors? He's in your club. He's a member of your chapter. Now this fool done went over here and robbed somebody, killed somebody, shot somebody, stabbed somebody, beat up somebody. He done did all this stuff, right? How you think you look now? The whole public eye is looking at you and your club right now because of this stupid drug addict. Now I'll give you another case in point, and this one's actually personal. Sometimes a drug addict in your club or your chapter can try to cause a bunch of BS for you. Just because he's out one night, he gets all high, he sees you on TV, he sees you at the club making big moves, he sees you doing big things in your life, he gets jealous, he gets mad. That could have been him, but he snorted all of his future away. So now he's upset. So now he's gonna go and start a bunch of BS for you, or try to, because he's all high and he's thinking about how much he ruined his life, how much he sucks at life, because he's at the bottom of the totem pole. So then what happens? He'll hit somebody up, talk a little BS about you. He'll go to another club, say, hey man, that dude's a snitch, he's out bad. Ain't got no paperwork, ain't got no documentation. But he gonna talk that bullshit. And, you know, as another fellow club member, you'll be like, hey bro, I mean, I used to be one of his bros, I don't think he lying. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna believe it or whatever. Until, you know, a couple weeks later, you see this dude, he's at a party, he rolling slick back with a black eye, ain't got no colors on. You ask him, hey bro, what's going on? What happened? Just something stupid, bro, it's all good. Yeah, man. Yeah. When those kind of situations happen, we already know. All that bullshit you were saying, it was stupid. It was lame. It was all made up. It was fiction. It was false. Because you're a drug addict. Duh. That's what drug addicts do. They start drama. They get involved in things they shouldn't get into. And there's too many drug addicts that I've seen in the 1% world that they use that diamond to get their high. You know what I'm saying? They literally think that being a 1%er is all about being a piece of shit, being a drug addict, doing drugs, drinking all the time, you know, doing foul things towards women, you know what I'm saying, running women and all that. Obviously they watched the History Channel and thought that's what being a 1%er is about. Well, it's not. It's absolutely not. So my final thoughts on that is I will never trust a drug addict. Not in the club, not outside the club, never. In the streets, in the gang life that I came from, number one rule is you never trust somebody that's addicted to drugs. Because when things happen, when you get locked up, that dude is going to be the first one to snitch you out. Because he's fiending. He's a hype. He needs that drug. And the police will definitely use that. They always do. I've seen it a million times. Wait for that dude to get sick, start pooping on himself. That's when they come and get him. They clean him up and they bring him in that room. And you never see him again after that. Because your ass is getting hauled off the county. And then you up in county fighting your case. And next thing you know, you catching 20, 30 years. Because this dude snitched on you and you never saw him after that day. After that day, he disappeared into thin air, in the crackhead heaven. You know what I'm saying? Dude was gone. So that's why I don't trust the drug addict in the MC or outside the MC. They'll steal from you. They'll lie for you. They'll do whatever it takes to get high. Whatever it takes. They'll try to kill you. They'll try to set you up just to get $14 so they can try to get high tonight. Don't nothing make your club and your chapter look weak as ever than when you walk into a club party and that one dude in your chapter is running around begging everybody for a snort. Hey man, you holding? Hey man, you got anything? Hey man, who got that stuff? Hey, what's up, bro? You got something? Don't nothing make you and your chapter look more weak and more pathetic than having that drug addict POS in your club. Because other clubs look at you now and they're like, hey, you know what? Things ever go down, anything ever happens, all I gotta do is give this homie a little something. Give him some of that sniff. And he'll feed us some intel when we need it. Always thinking. Just saying. So that's me giving you my final thought. That's what I think. Drop a comment down here below. Let me know if there's a drug addict in your chapter. How do you feel about it? Keep it real. Keep it 100. Let's not BS each other no more. We getting intimate now. We starting to get to know each other. We starting to talk. We starting to, get a little relationship going, man. Get my channel starting to go up a little bit. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that alert. Hit that Cash App, $ Danny D-Lo. Hit the Cash App. Donate to my channel. I appreciate every one of you that do. And let me know. Drop that comment down. Let me know. Let me know what you think about this. And I'll holla. Peace.